Well, looks like I gotta start over. I got a few smaller clips that I released. Those were the first couple that I had tried making, so there might be some repeats and stuff in there as I'm trying to hone my skill a little bit better for these verbal recordings that I'm releasing now. But seems how we gotta start over, I gotta pick my topics and keep them in 15-minute periods, I guess. So let's start with people, races, colors. You do realize, I know most of you probably don't because of the poor education system that you guys have, and that's not your fault. It's the fault of your corrupted leaders and politicians, of course, because they do it on purpose. It's all done by design. But do you know how when you go outside in America, but we're in America anyway, and you go out to get a suntan in the sun, make your skin darker. Well, the reason why your skin gets darker, is because the sun puts more vitamin D into your skin, into the pigmentation, which transforms your skin to a darker color. So, of course, this is only temporary because you're only having it done in small amounts at a time. I'm not saying it's necessarily healthy for you because it can cause skin cancers and stuff like melanoma. But now let's take Africa. Over in Africa, it's a lot more sun. You get a lot more vitamin D injected into your skin, which makes you even darker. Now, what happens is after evolving in this area for thousands of years or whatnot, it changes the pigmentation on a more permanent basis, so your skin stays black all the time because you're in Africa. You get so much sunlight. That's how dark you get. Now, take African American slaves that were brought over here forcibly after a few hundred years of being free, and their skin's starting to turn lighter, even though some of them are not even breeding with other races or whatnot, which is an incorrect term because there's really no different races come color wise or DNA wise. But their skin is not as dark as their African relatives that never left Africa. Well, that's because they've been getting less sunlight. And as time goes by, their skin's getting lighter. In a few more years, they're going to be even less, maybe more tan or even white, because that's just the way it works. Also in Africa, it's a lot hotter. So, you got a lot of them over there that are tall and skinny. Well, this is because it allows them to get rid of the heat better. Now, take people over there in Alaska. Not as much sunlight in Alaska as there is in Africa. So their skin's a lighter color. It's not white, it's darker, but it's not black either. And you notice how it's a lot colder there. So all these people are short and stocky because this is the way they evolved in order to survive in their habitat that they're evolving in. Now let's go with body shape, sizes, and whatnot. Everybody evolves to the conditions and the ecological locations and the terrain and the environment that they have to evolve in. So you take people that evolve on a flat plains, they're mostly all skinny people. But you take somebody that evolves on a mountain where they got to go up and down the mountain and they're working all their muscles because they're going up and down against pretend gravity, which is actually magnetism, and it's creating more muscles in their body because they're working against the magnetic forces that holds everything, including us, together in the universe. Because gravity don't exist, people. It's all magnetic forces. And you're not pulled down to the ground. You're pushed down to the ground. Everything's held in place. Other than that, you're just a big sack of water and a few other trace chemicals, and without magnetism you'd be a blob on the ground. I mean, vibration and frequency gives you the shape of what you're going to be and what you become, but it's the magnetism that holds everything together, just like it holds everything on this planet. It's like it holds all of our planetary systems together. This is just the way it is. So now you got all these people, we evolved differently all around the world, but you're all related. You're all humans. All you RH positive blood types, you're all human. And you're killing each other. You're killing your own family and you don't even realize it. And you're killing people because you look different or you believe something different or you got different tastes in fashion and clothes, or you want to sleep with somebody that some other people might not think it's appropriate because maybe you're gay, you're a lesbian, or why does it matter? Or mixed races mixed together. Why does it matter what other people do? Take an art gallery. I mean, come on, you don't want other color in the world? How can you not want other color in the world? Who would ever go to an art gallery if you go in there and everything is white? It'd be pointless. Who would ever go to a botanical garden if all the plants were the same and the same color? It's insane. I don't know who you think you are. You think that you were created to control everything and decide what is right and wrong. But just because you don't like something don't make it wrong. And don't make it right if you do like it. Wait, it's just your opinion of what you want to be. You need to leave everybody else alone so they can be what they want to be. Our differences should never separate us. They should complete us. We need to come together as a giant global family. We need to stop this fucking ignorance and murdering each other. It's just insane. We need to work together to build a new future. We need to get rid of all these fossil fuels and go green. You need to evolve. You need to get rid of the criminals that are holding you back and destroying your environment, and molesting your children, and who knows what else. These guys they're monstrous. Evil monsters that need to be caged up and have the key thrown away forever for everybody's sake. Especially the poor innocent children. I mean, come on. What do we need borders for? Our planet wasn't created with borders and walls. This is insane. Fences separating us, they separate us because they want to keep you in smaller groups so that we're weaker. That's what it is. And then they spread propaganda and lies between each other so you hate each other, so that way you're too busy fighting each other and you don't turn on them. Slaves killing slaves because of the slave masters are manipulating them into doing so. And then you got other slaves that are the toy soldiers. They come marching in and kill each other. All for the same masters. They're all related. Every one of them. It's insane. You know, I'm related to every one of them guys. Every one of them. You could tie us all through the Bush family tree, and my great 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 uncle Alexander Hamilton, and then my other great 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 uncle, you know, Captain John Smith, was the second president of the Jamestown colony. He mapped almost all that stuff. He was a writer. He was a slave himself. He was a slave in Turkey, but he killed the guy and stole his clothes, and he got away. He didn't put up with that. You can't let people push you around. You can't let people use you. These freaking corrupted, rich government politicians and so-called whatnot leaders are criminal terrorists, and that's all they are. And they hire mercenary groups to pose as terrorists, attack our own country, so that way they can persuade the public's opinion. You know, the old American pride gets fired up because we can't let anybody attack us. You're not even realizing it was your own government that attacked you, just so they could get you on their side, and you'll let your family go to war and die so they can make more money. I mean, it's all a big game. It's all a big scam. It's all about how much money they can put in their pocket. And money's worthless because they created it, because nothing is created with a value. Nothing. Gold is made in the sun. The sun is nothing but a giant nuclear reactor. It spits gold all over the frickin' place. It's all over every planet, every moon, every asteroid, every comet, everywhere. Just floating in space and gets ejected out with coronal rejections and solar flares and whatnot. Gold is nothing special. Diamonds is nothing special. It only has a value because they control what's released to the public. Because they put a value on it. It ain't worth anything. The only thing that are worth anything are lives. Living beings, living entities, living creatures, living plants. We are all connected. Every plant, every creature, even the dust, the dirt, the sand, the stars, the moons, the planets, we're all made of the same building blocks of life. There's nothing special about you. It all exists in the galaxy already. It just needs the right circumstances for the magic to happen. And that's what happens. And the magic happens. And I know how the magic happens. I can make the magic happen. You can't make the magic happen. But we can. There's 144,000 of us, my brothers, my sisters. You know, more and more of us are waking up every day. More and more of us are trying to wake you all up. We're here fighting for you. We love you. But we're going to need your help. We need you all to stand together. I don't care what race you are, what color you are, what religion you are, what fashion you want to dress in, or who you want to sleep with. I don't care if your skin's green. You need to join all together and fight against these criminal terrorists. Tell them they need to step down because they're fired, and put them in prison for their multiple crimes against humanity and destroying our environment. Well, I love you, and I hope you take this to heart. Blessed be. Blessed be. May we all become free and save the children and save you and maybe even save me. Blessed be.